me tell you about my show. Wednesday nights. And here we go. It's the rule of three with a touch of Basco. And like the Joker says, and here we go. It's Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock. Click on the thumbnail, it's about to get hot. We get 3 different questions in only 3 minutes. It ain't for the scared, it ain't for the timid. Some will like us and some just don't. A lot will back us and some just won't. It don't matter with the Khaos crew. We specialize in making things do what they do. So sit back, chill, and enjoy the show with me, Chris, Gaiskar, and Unzo.
Fire, peace, 9 o'clock, Wednesday nights. Don't miss it. Check us out.
Oh, wow. I actually did it right this time. Holy crap. How about that? What is up, everybody? It is the rule of 3 here on Chaos Central. Glad to have everybody here today. We've got Onzo, Biggaford Entertainment, Danny of Comic Chat, who I will unmute. You are in your car. Actually, there you go. Yeah. Danny's in the car, but he's heading home. Be safe, Danny. Be safe. And then we've also got Gaiskar of the Basco scenario. Hope you guys like the new intro. Compliments of the man who just dropped out. He did the rap in that. I like it. I like it a lot. And well, let's just get to everybody first. Onzo, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found.
Yes, sir. You guys know where to find me. It's Biggaford Entertainment. Tonight about 10:45, close to 11, I'll be hosting Storms Live once again for the second time. So make sure you guys check that out. It's going to be a fun topic over there. Other than that, you know, it's the side, Jesus, Rule of 3 with there we go. Rule of 3 with a side of Tabasco. We also have Chaos List, Chaos Conversation, which you guys need to check out, and the OOC Square One. And hopefully one day we'll get back to Equilibrium. But other than that, these are the shows we have. Oh, and Game Changers. We had a great Game Changers last night. Dandelion Fluff. Thanks for showing up with that again. But you guys know, appreciate the support. Know we got some good questions tonight, so let's fire this shit up and let's do this.
Indeed. Danny, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself, where you can be found.
I'm Danny, aka Comic Chat. I can be found on this channel, also on my own channel, Comic Chat. Monday nights is the Chaotic Conversation. Tuesday night is Onzo's show, Chaos List. And of course, usually on Wednesday night we have this show. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to do Square One, which is all sports. I think there's a boxing match going on tomorrow. Is that correct?
That's
Onzo?
right.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo.
Versus...
Yeah.
Before you say anything, you guys see this bullshit with Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. I hope we get that question.
Hopefully, what's going to happen with Floyd Mayweather? He's going to end up keep bull crapping around and going to get beat by one of these scrubs.
Yeah, he's going to lose the fight, man. Watch.
Yep, that's what's going to happen. Then he's going to look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But good questions tonight. I'm ready to go.
Awesome. And last but definitely not least, it is Mr. Gaiskar of Tabasco Scenario. Go ahead and tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found.
Well, you can find me on the Basco Scenario. You can also find me on Basco Scenario on Instagram, Basco Scenario on Twitter. You can catch me on YouTube at the Basco Scenario for gaming clips, reviews. Planning on doing a spontaneous stream sometime in a couple of days. And also you can find me in all the channels that Danny, Chris, and Onzo just said, especially on his channel on Wednesdays on the OOC, and also at 12:30 Wednesday nights on Storms Live for the Game Changer. So yeah, man, that's where you can catch me. And hopefully, I think this Sunday we're on JJ's channel for the roundtable of the Bad Batch. So definitely check that out as well.
All right. Well, guys, really quick, we're going to get to this and talk about this really quick, guys. If you look down and you see a big red box that says subscribe, please click that button. Also, smash that like button. And yeah, so here's how this works. We changed a few things since maybe last time you guys watched. Basically, we have 3 questions we're going to take tonight. Those questions are picked by the Wheel of Topics. Basically, those 3 questions can be in one of 3 categories. Those 3 categories can be sports, current events, or pop culture. And it doesn't matter. We might get 3 sports, might get 3 pop culture, might get 3 current events, or a mixture of all 3. Just depends. But who just gonged the bell?
Me, my bad.
Okay. All right. No, you're good. But it could be one of any of those. And when we get that topic, we get 3 minutes to discuss it each individually, and then 3 minutes as a group to discuss our differences or our similarities in our answers. So, with that said, let us share the wheel. There it is. Make sure I am sharing my sound. I am. I'm almost like how am I this prepared today? What is wrong with me? God damn.
Lakers and Celtics. How the hell you put that blasphemy topic in there?
Whoa. Just wasn't me. Here we go, guys. We're gonna spin the wheel.
Watch that piece of shit come up too.
You'll get a laugh out of it.
Sounds like stripper introduction music.
Ooh, and here's a good one right from the get-go. All right.
Oh, damn it. Sorry.
Stimulus checks are intended to help families get through the pandemic, but some claim that it harms these same families because they are staying home and not working. Critics claim that this is because they are making just as much, if not more, from stimulus and unemployment. At what point should the government take back the crutches and let us start walking on our own 2 feet?
Ooh, that's a fire question.
Ooh.
Damn. We'll put that into the chat, and it's, of course, 2 whole chats. Guys, also do me a favor, look at the pinned comment up above if you want to do a super chat up there. Just click on that link. You can do a super chat. Just tell me about it, and I will go look at it and just put SC in your comment. That's all I got to ask. All right. Danny, do you want to go first on this one?
Yes, sir.
That's Danny's question?
Yes, that is.
Figures why he would say it's fire. Go ahead, Danny.
3 minutes on the clock. Danny, go.
All right. First, I'm going to say this does not apply to everyone who's receiving stimulus, because there are some people that are actually doing the right thing with it, and they're actually providing for their families, and they're actually doing what it's supposed to be meant to be do to take care of themselves and take care of their bills. But there are some others who have figured out the system and the loopholes and are laying their ass at home chilling while the workforce is suffering. So I think if there's a way that they should have to check in or do some kind of check and balances to make sure that those people aren't doing it and taking advantage of the system, they need to take their ass back to work. Just my 2 cents. I've been to several restaurants, several businesses where the lines have been increased longer because the businesses can't provide the correct manpower to get the food out in a timely fashion.
Mm-hmm.
We ask those questions, well, why is it taking so long, or why is this, why is that? Every time I've heard, because you can't get people to work, because people have figured out if they sit home and do this, that, and the other, then they're going to make more money by doing nothing. And all that's going to do is make it lazier. And right now it seems all good because it's on this side of the fence. When they get on the other side of the fence, when the money runs out and they can't find jobs, or when they do find the jobs, they're going to be put more work on them than they were accustomed to, then they're going to have their lips poke out. So I think that they should have a time limit to this, or try to slowly wean people off of it, keep decreasing the amount of money and make incentives for them to go back to work or do something, because in the long end, it's only going to do is make people lazier, and going to hurt the country, and going to hurt the economy. So I'm just saying, in my opinion, they need some kind of legitimate check and balances in place to make sure the people that are taking advantage of it stop taking advantage of it, and the people that are actually using it for what it's meant for continue to get that benefit.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. Okie dokie.
I'll go next.
All right. 3 minutes on the clock for Hanzo. Go right ahead.
All right. So I kind of disagree with Danny. The government has been screwing us for years since the day we start working and taxing us. So if you're going to have an opportunity to take advantage of it, I say take advantage of it. Two, what some people don't understand is yes, they're getting, and you see, we don't have stimulus, we have something else here, but they're getting more money than they're doing working. For example, when my son stopped working because of the virus, they opened up a bit, but they told him, hey, yeah, you can come back, but we're going to cut your hours, 13 hours, you know what I mean? Instead of the hours he was supposed to get, cut his hours, and his pay was not raising. His pay was the same. So it's like, why am I going to go back to work when I can get more money on this stimulus, and he was getting unemployment as well because he was working before it. So he's like, why would I go back to work when I can get more money doing this instead of going home? Is it making us a little bit lazy? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But at the same time, if you're thinking of going back to working 40 hours a week and you're not making as much money, I don't blame you for that. You know what I mean? Dandelion said a good point. It's right. The companies that are paying these people have to step it up. You know what I mean? If that's the case, if you want people to go back to work, then maybe raise their pays to where they're not sitting at home making more money than they're actually making going to work. Like, think about that. You're making more money sitting at home on your ass than you are going to work. I would sit at home too. Now, at the same time, if you have a job that's paying well, let's say it's around the same, and you're just like, oh, fuck it, I don't want to go back to work, then there's a little bit of an issue there. But I don't have a problem with anybody taking advantage of the system because, like I said, the system has taken advantage of us for many, many years, right? Look how high our taxes are. I mean, especially here in Quebec, we're paying 2 taxes, I think we're the highest taxed country in Canada. You know what I mean?
North America, buddy.
North America, right? There you go. Yeah. So hey man, give me some funds to sit at home. I'm gonna take that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You need to get this virus under control. You need to make sure that these jobs are making it worth it for people to go back to work, and then you can talk about stuff like that. But other than that, man, do what you got to do. The question is it making people lazy? Absolutely, it's making people lazy. But that's just the virus itself. You know what I mean? Like, people were locked up at home before they were really giving out money. So it's been too long now, almost more than a year, maybe going on 2 years now that we've been stuck in the house. No festivals, no parties, nothing we can do to really go out and unwind like we used to do. So yeah, absolutely. People are getting lazy, but it is what it is.
Okay. And Gaiskar, 3 minutes on the board. Go.
Well, people got lazy. Yes, people that were lazy are a lot lazier, and people that weren't being paid a certain salary and they're making more money staying at home, they're definitely not going to go out and get a job or even look for a job while they're getting the comfort of getting a decent salary by just sitting their asses at home. Ozzo's right. People that have been taxed a lot, sometimes they'll take. Huh?
You fired as my yes man.
No, but it's a reality. That's the situation we're in. It's not even making people that worked lazy. They're making students and stuff even lazier because the education through home, through virtual classes, it's not the same. They have all the distractions. They'll be on their phones watching TV shows while the teacher's talking and just muted. They'll be off camera doing other stuff. They'll wake up later. They won't get out of their clothes. They won't dress. It's just a whole shit show. That's what it is. How could this be changed? Well, easily. Just stop paying the people to stay at home and have them forcefully have to find a job or go back to work. Now, like Ozzo said as well, there's certain jobs that pay the same or pay more. I was in a position where I continued working throughout the whole pandemic, and so did my staff. They were fortunate enough to work. Those that were being part-time, I tried to pump up their hours as much as possible for them to be full-time because I always had had to have a contingency in case people did get sick. So that was the benefit of what I was doing. But for the people that were stuck at home who lost their jobs, that's the right reason why you take that. But the people that can actually get off their ass and do something now and don't want to, well, I'm not that type of mentality. I was raised with the old mentality, meaning if I can go and work and I can go and help the economy, I'm going to do that, besides staying there at home and just sucking off the government. I know they sucked off a lot of us, but it's just that I'm not built that way. I just have to contribute to my part because that's the way I was raised. I've never been a person to work underneath the table or anything like that. But to each their own. But at the end of the day, the government, if they want them to stop this, they have to start opening up the restaurants, opening up places full blown, and people will have to go back to work because once everything's open, there's no excuse for it. So they will have to go back.
All right. A couple comments here from Dan Lionfluff first. The first one she said here was, still say this is a BS question. If they're making more on the piddly support checks, then jobs need to step up and pay more.
Can I say something? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yes.
There's always going to be lower paying jobs. That's just the matter of the business. If you're stuck in one of those lower paying jobs, then it's up to you to build yourself up, educate yourself, and find something that pays more. Don't blame the job that pays less.
Those jobs are there for instance, everybody points at food service, like McDonald's and stuff. Those jobs were, and all the jobs on the line were initially designed for one group of people, and then for a while, two groups of people. That was teenagers, people going through college, and retirees that only wanted 10 to 20 hours a week. Now there are people who are relying on this for a 40-hour-a-week job, and they're saying we're not getting paid enough. Well, that was never designed to pay to live off of. The next thing she says, higher wages benefits everyone. Low to mid-wage earners spend money, which benefits the whole community. Struggling paycheck to paycheck, you spend nothing but on luxuries. Yes, there's some discrepancies. There are some things we need to look at as far as costs go and wages go, but I think that is not nearly what it is if we invest in a person who says, you know what, I don't want this job anymore. I want to advance in myself. I want to put in myself. If you help with education and other things, not wages, I think if you help with that education and get that person past that job, that's the better way to go. But let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and take my 3 minutes here. Caleb, good to see you there. Guys, make sure you tweet out the whole thing. Tim Possible, how are you doing? Good to see you. Make sure you guys tweet this out. I have a pinned tweet on, I think, both Chaos Central and on my Twitter at Chris95150. Let me see here. Yep. It's pinned on both of them. So if you guys could check that out and retweet it, I greatly would appreciate that, guys. Also, if you'd like to support the stream, up at the top is, let's see here.
I just saw it.
Oh, okay.
Flash your light,
All right. And then if you guys want to support the stream, check the pinned comment up at the top. There's a way to super chat, and I'll check that. Let's see here. I'm sorry. I'm looking here to make sure that that's my pinned tweet also. Yes, it is. Both pinned tweets on at Chris95150 or at Central Chaos. You can share those out. I greatly appreciate it. Now, 3 minutes for this question. There are some. Here's the thing. I know more people who are sitting back on this and just slacking off. I won't mention names. If you guys know who I am, know a little bit about my life, you might know one of those people, because it really pisses me off when I have to fight for that person over certain things, because I know that they're traveling to Florida, Colorado. They're buying weed in Colorado. I don't care. I mean, that's an adult decision. But when you're taking stimulus money or unemployment money and that's what you're going to do with it, I'm sorry, you don't give a shit. You're not trying to better yourself. You're not trying to get forward. You are sitting back on your laurels. And I'm saying I know at least 15 people right now that I can count personally who are doing that. Then you get people like me who worked through the shutdown, which I'm not going to fault anybody who didn't work through it, because some places just said, nope, can't afford it, go home. I worked through it. I didn't get the $600 a week for unemployment for however long it lasts. I didn't get $300 a week for unemployment. So let's say we in the US end up like India, God forbid, and we fall backwards heavily, and then they shut us down again. And I'm told this time, no, you can't. And then we don't have that right away. And I have to fall back on regular unemployment, which is about a third to a quarter of what I make. I'm screwed, but I didn't take any of that money to begin with. I took the stimulus checks and it went towards bills and other things like that. When I see it the other way, I know flat out that there are people, but much like Danny said, not everybody's like that. There are some people here that are using it, that are getting back to work. But a good example is the food service industry right now. They are literally giving out hiring bonuses because those people who worked those jobs before the pandemic, before all this happened, aren't coming back because they're making more money at home right now, or they're making enough money at home that they're fine there. There has to be some place right now we have to start saying we're rolling this back. If you've been offered a job, like for instance, if you worked at blah, blah, blah restaurant and they call you and say, hey, man, you come on back, and you deny that job should be able to call up the government and say, listen, we offered him his job back. He refused to take it back because he's getting this. They need to come up with something, because these people, there are people out there who are literally sitting back. And then the bad thing about this is the flip side of this. When that isn't there anymore, they're going to be dropped on their asses. Then what? Then everybody's going to be scrambling for a job, and then we're going to just be dropped on our ass, and it's going to cause a major problem all the way around, I think. Again, I see both sides of the story. It happens. All right, 3 minutes, guys. We'll talk about this as a group.
Well, you made a very good. Go ahead, Danny.
I heard earlier that y'all said y'all pay like the highest tax bracket in Canada, where you live at.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that y'all do that, but is that the cost you got to pay to have free medical services? And I gladly pay that, because we pay high taxes here, and we got to pay fucking medical bills and insurance and stuff. So
no, but that's not the reason. The reason why is because the Quebec government wanted to get a piece of the pie, right? So for a long time, we were paying federal taxes, but we pay federal and Quebec taxes, so we have to pay two.
So what happens is we pay taxes on the federal, and then they tax that tax.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we pay two taxes here too. We pay state taxes and federal taxes,
and city taxes, depending on where you're at. I had to pay what they call an employment tax.
But how much is
in the city?
How much is your taxes?
It's based on your salary.
It just depends. It's a
percentage. Over here, we're getting almost taxed 15%.
Yes,
that's about what we're between everything.
I don't know what the exact percentage is.
Well,
on your salary.
I say, listen, I tell everybody, when you're figuring out taxes out of your paycheck, take 25% off.
Yes, but I'm not basically talking about just that. I'm talking about when we go to the store. So when we go to the store and we buy fucking something for $1, we're paying $1.15. You know what I mean?
We paying like $1.08 here. So I guess 8%
Yeah,
sales
right.
tax. And if
Yes.
we have like a boat, or if we have like a extra home, you pay what they call a luxury tax. Then what really chaps my ass, I don't have kids in school, but I gotta pay a school tax.
Yeah.
So
if we own property, we have to.
Okay. I did want to say this right here. That's how it is here in BC. Okay. Listen, that's great that up in British Columbia they're taking your financial support away if you refuse to go back to work. If you're called to go back to work, they're not doing that here though. See, there's so many things, and a lot of it comes down to our social programs are not watched over as heavily as they are up in Canada. They're second rate. They're second thought, because people don't want to. They don't want to put the money towards the manpower that it would take to literally find out from somebody. And there's a backlog for that type of thing. But
Also, do y'all have like projects in Canada, like
Well,
housing projects?
we
Yeah.
got hoods. We wouldn't really call them project, but we have government housing. Absolutely.
Okay, we have that, but it's supposed to be for a short period of time to help individuals get back on their feet. But here, it's generational.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, same thing here.
Well, yeah, grandmothers, grandparents, parents, kids live there. Then the kids become the parents. They live there. The parents become the grandparents. Oh yeah, no, and it's sad because I've worked for some of those places, and it's sad, But then again, I'll say this too: I have walked into these places where they're getting welfare and other stuff, and they got big screen TVs. They're driving Mercedes and stuff. And I'm sorry, I see this, and I'm like, folks, I can't even afford that, and I work my ass off.
Oh, Anzo, I just checked.
Yeah,
We're no longer the highest taxed.
Who's higher?
Nova Scotia, Alberta. Nova Scotia, Alberta than us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
By 5 decimals.
I mean, I think we can all agree that unfortunately, this is where you get into there are people who deserve it. There are people who need it. And then there's the bad seeds that screw it up for all these people. I mean, I think the United States would be much more open to socialized medicine and other things. If you're not into that, guys, I'm not saying you're for it. I'm saying I think the United States would be more for it if it wasn't like there are a ton of people who are literally waiting for that only are willing to take medical because it's paid for them. But I don't know personally, but I think that might work better for some people.
I'm just saying, I think that like everybody deserves it. Free healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
I just believe everybody deserves
100%.
I'd love to see it here. I mean, I know there's tons of people who misunderstand it, but you got England who raves about it. You guys rave about it. I think France has it. Germany has it, and those countries rave about it, and yet they're not called socialist.
But you know what it is, right? It's because your pharmaceutical companies are running.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, pharmaceuticals and insurance,
yeah.
and lawyers, doctors, all of it's all built into it.
Absolutely.
All right. Do you think people who get vaccinated think that they are immune to the virus?
I'll go first.
Do you think that people who are vaccinated think that they are immune to the virus? All right. 3 minutes is going to be on the board. And Gaiskar, you are first. Here we go. Go.
There's a lot of misconception. There's people that, they believe that this is a vaccination like the smallpox vaccination, the chickenpox vaccination, that you get it and you're never going to get the virus again. But this is actually a vaccination to help your body fight it when you get the beer virus. So people are once they get it, they'll be more, they're becoming more complacent. They'll stop wearing their mask. They might think twice about not sanitizing and stuff like that because they're getting comfortable with the fact that if I get it, it's going to be just like a cold, right? So, but by thinking like that, they're risking the chances of spreading the virus by still not taking their precautions, right? So technically, it's not that they're immune to it. They're just gonna be causing more trouble if they don't wake up and actually still continue taking the precautions. It's like when I'm gonna get vaccinated, which I'm planning on doing within the next couple of weeks, actually, because my age group is up. I'm still gonna be wearing masks and doing what I have to do because it's still mandatory here to do so if you want to go in stores. Every single place we go here, you have to wear your mask. You have to sanitize when you go in. You have to sanitize when you go out. And I have sanitizer in the car. So everything's become second nature now, even going to work. So the fact that if the vaccine, people still have to remember, it's not a vaccine that's going to stop you, prevent you from getting the virus. It's what's going to help you fight the virus when you get it. So it's just like a flu shot that some people were getting every year. And that's where a lot of people also are going that, this is what's going to be. It's going to be a shot for this year, and next year it's going to be another shot, and next year's going to be another shot, which, it's going to replace the flu shot right? It's going to be every year. They're going to throw out an excuse. That's what the theorists say. I say one thing at a time. Get your vaccine for this because it's what's needed now worldwide. So in order to squash this, in order for people to build up an immunity to it, or actually help fight it. But they have to take this seriously, not because you get your shot that you're not prone to getting it. It's just a question of it affects everybody differently. You might show very little symptoms or no symptoms at all, but you can still have it even if you're vaccinated. So be safe, still wear a mask, still do what you got to do to help the community and help the family around you.
Indeed. All right. Go ahead, Anzo, 3 minutes.
First off, I just want to say this was a fire question. Whoever thought about this question was fucking fire. This was a good one.
Let me guess, by normal standards, I'm going to pause your time here.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
Nice try, Danny.
Go ahead.
Yes, and this is the thing that I think a lot of people do think that when they get the vaccination, they are going to be immune to it. And you're not going to be immune to it. You'll catch it. You just won't get as sick. You're still going to get sick. It's still a virus in your body. It's just that now it's not a life-threatening virus. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So for me, like Gaiskar said, I'm going to take my precautions always. If I were to get it, am I going to get it? I have not decided yet. I actually think I had COVID before it even was announced, because I got sick and it was like really, really like weird kind of sickness. It lasted for about a week, and then my cough stayed for like the longest I've ever had a cough stay for me, man. It was like months. I couldn't get rid of this cough, right? So yeah, I think I had it, but then that goes to say, like, okay, so the people that had it already, do they need to get the virus shot? Because their body's already learned how to fight it now, right? So people are getting it, and this is another thing too, is a lot of people are getting it and are getting the flu, but they're calling it the coronavirus, right? So it's hard to tell which one you actually have now, because if you look at the numbers, there's like no flu cases this year, and that's practically impossible. So I think that they're just calling, anytime you get sick, it's like, oh yeah, it's the virus, you know? So I don't know how many people have really caught it because the numbers are screwed up. But at the end of the day, there are people that have it, and I'm not sure if those people need to get the vaccination. If I have to get it, if it comes down to it where it's like it's mandatory, you have to get the virus, then the vaccination, then I'll get it. But until then, I'm just like, I don't know, man. It just, I didn't want to get the last one we had. I think it was the H1N1 or something like that. And my kids, them got it. My kid got it. His mother got it when I was with her at the time. So I was like, okay, well, they all got it, so I'm going to get it. It is what it is. I just think that a lot of people need to understand more that it's not going to immune you to it. People are going to get careless after they get the virus, and they're not going to want the vaccination, and they're not going to want to wear their mask anymore, and they're going to want to do this and start being free because they feel they're immune to it. But you're not immune to it. You can still catch it, and you can still spread it to people. And that's what you got to be even more careful of, because there are people that still haven't got it. There are people that probably won't get it. And if they pass it on, we'll never get over this thing, man. So by the end of the day, we just got to be careful with what we do. That's what I've been doing since the start. And that's what I will continue to do until they tell us it's safe to do otherwise.
Okay. Very good. Very good. All right, Danny, you there?
Yep.
All right, you at home?
No.
Oh, you just pull over to the side?
I did. My daughter's inside restaurant getting something.
You're going for a food run, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my daughter is.
What you getting over there, man?
Red Lobster.
Oh,
yuck!
Guy.
Whoa!
Are you getting
wait, Anzo, wait a minute. The cheddar biscuits, man. Those cheddar biscuits are fire.
Cheddar biscuits, man.
Maybe the biscuits, but all that fish and lobster shit. I remember one time.
you ain't no you're not a selfish person.
Man, what type of Scotian are you?
One time one time we were working at this place and they took us all to Red Lobster. I had the chicken burger. I went to Red Lobster and had chicken burger and French fries.
Let's have steak.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Chicken.
Yes, I had chicken.
All right, 3 minutes, Danny. Go.
I agree with Alonzo and Gaiskar. These people are crazy if you think that this vaccination is going to give you immunity to it. Let me give you a number. Number is 88. That's how many years the flu has been in existence. 88 years. There is no vaccine that can cure that. Because here a different strain comes around. You got to take another vaccine, and sometimes it helps, sometimes it hurts. But miraculously, in 2 years' time, they came with a vaccine that's going to grant immunity for this or give immunity for this coronavirus. Now think about that. Let that marinate people who think that this shot is the cure-all, be-all. It makes zero sense. This right here is just something that is going to try and control us to a certain extent because they're going to limit our movements because if you try to go out the country or to another country or certain places, and you don't have that vaccine, you may be subject to not experiencing that particular privilege that you once did. I have a problem with that. So I firmly believe that this disease was man-made. I'm not sure exactly what its purpose is, but just think about it. The flu and the cold been around for years, decades. Never can figure it out. Now this thing came in going on 2 years now, and all these great minds were able to come together and find stuff to simply make it go away or to teach the body how to fight it. Why haven't they teach the body how to fight cancer or lupus, or all these other diseases that's taking us out? This is something right here that somebody's getting rich off of this from the patents.
For sure.
This is something that is making people another form of control. I don't like to get into the theory stuff because I don't want to get all that craziness. But I think sometimes if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a fucking duck. And something is up with this. So
sure.
I definitely don't think that this is this shot, which I'm not going to take at this particular time, is going to cure it. I think there's something that later on down the years it may cause some other unforeseen illnesses or something that they didn't anticipate, or maybe they did anticipate. Because I'm always believing that our resources are being used up at an incredibly alarming rate that we're not really got a handle on. And I think that some people of power like to thin the herd. And I think this is a part of the thinning the herd process. I could be wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. But I definitely don't believe that this is some kind of immunity. So that's all I got to say.
Cool. You are muted, Chris.
Sorry. Yeah, I muted because I was doing something. Okay, so 3 minutes for me. It is a medical fact that viruses are not curable. This is a virus. This requires herd immunity to bring down the chances, just like the flu, of getting it. And then if you get it, it only reduces the effect on you. Now, according to these people who've made this vaccine, they claim percentages of your chance of, like, I think the Moderna and the Pfizer are both 100% against hospitalization and around 90% against severe illness. It does not say you will not get it. It does not say that you won't have effects from it. It just says you'll get lesser effects from it. Now, the flu is a little different because the flu each year, they have to concoct something that they believe, based off of the past year's research, that this year will be. That is why some years it is more effective than on other years. It does not cure, and it is a thing about money. It always is about money. There's pharmaceuticals behind it. There's somebody who's always going to make money off of this. But with that said, if we want this to be a bigger problem, much like India has found out, and it's a mix between a lot of different things. It's a mix between herd immunity, which is depending on what some people say, because when this first started and they said we're going to get these vaccines out, they said 70%. Now they're up to 80, 85% is what they say, which to me seems like that's not going to happen. You have to take the people who absolutely will never get a vaccine. You got to take them out right away. Then you got to take the hesitant people out. Then you got to take the fact that a lot of places are requiring you to get it at a certain time. To get to 85% is complete insanity. But with a 70% group of people who have it, and watching what you do, making sure you stay, keeping your hands sanitized, wash. I'm not going to get into the mask debate. Wear your mask, don't wear your mask. That's a personal choice.
I thought you said masturbate.
I am not going to get into the mask debate.
There you go. That's better.
Make sure I say that very, very clearly, because you're right. That was somebody clip that. But I got it. I'm done. It's over. I gotta wait my 14 days, whatever, and I'll be done. Whatever. It's a choice. But we're all humans here. Just be respectful of other people. That's what I say. This is be respectful. If you don't want to wear a mask, if you see people who wear a mask who give you this look like, oh my God, he's not wearing a mask, just walk the other way. Just because some of these people are crazy. I'm telling you, some of these people with this crap is. Before we start the 3 minutes, I was at work when we first reopened. So like June last year, like within the first month or so. And I have allergies. I have really bad allergies, year-round allergies. And I work in a place that is nothing but dust. I work in a department where I am always around dust. I am stirring up dust. I sneezed, and the last place I'm going to sneeze is in my mask, because I have to wear that damn thing all day. And if I sneeze in the cloth mask, then I got to take it off and I got to wear a paper mask, which I hate the paper masks. So I pulled my mask down, did this, and sneezed. There was a lady 6 feet away from me, guaranteed. And her eyes were like, 30 minutes later, I got pulled into my supervisor's office. He's like, yeah, did this happen? I said, yeah. I said, I have allergies. And she said, well, she's freaking out that she's going to catch it. I said, oh my God, then she might as well die already. Because if you think like that, you just, okay, 3 minutes. Let's talk about this, guys. It's the old question. Get vaccinated, don't get vaccinated. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Believe this, don't believe it. Everything, like I say, with everything out in the world, there's somewhere in the middle that all of this is real. Something in the middle is the right place. And that's the debate always. And it's more so now because of what this has done to the world. And again, go ahead.
One thing what I did in my department is that just this week, I made an option for officers to wear their masks. I did say that keep a mask on your person and one in your patrol vehicle. And if you go to a service call, and the family of the person wearing a mask, and to reciprocate what they're doing, to try to keep that level of comfort. But if you go in there or if you go in somewhere and like, this place maybe not look up to par, then put the mask on. But I'm giving the officers a personal choice, because at the end of the day, you're a grown man, a grown woman, you're able to make a decision. So all I ask is that if they go somewhere and the person there has on a mask, or if they ask you to put on a mask, don't make a big deal about it. Reach in your pocket, go to your car, get the mask out, and keep it moving.
I agree with you 100%. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? And for me, it's like, okay, I get it. You may not believe this stuff and you may think it's all fake and not believe in the virus, but still, wouldn't you care about protecting the people around you? You know what I mean? Like, if you have a heart, if you care and you understand what I think is fake, but you know, I'm gonna wear it because it'll make other people feel comfortable and safe and stuff like that. What's the big problem with that? You know what I mean?
It comes down to respect. I mean, and again, this what I was going to say is this is a worldwide problem right now. This isn't just this isn't a black, this isn't a Cuban, this isn't an Asian, a Hispanic, Latino, French, Polynesian. This is not strictly relegated to one race, creed, religion, anything. Yes, it might be hurting some races more than others, and it might be like India. God save them because of their conditions over there. This is a humanity thing right now. And if we all step back and say, listen, I don't believe in wearing a mask, but I understand that you do. I'll either not come over there to your place or I'll stay away. I'll keep my distance in the store from you. But if you want to wear a mask, don't freak out when you see somebody who doesn't. We all have to work around this together. And that's the important thing right now is we have to find a medium in the middle where we're all trying to help each other.
Before we switch,
go ahead.
I want to add one more thing. For those that really think it's fake, I know people that work the front lines at the hospitals and the ERs, and I'm telling you, it's not fake.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Those people, man, what they gone throughout this whole ordeal, it's unimaginable. Unimaginable.
All right, we're gonna shuffle. Lots of shuffling, and go full screen and spin it.
And now on scene, Onzo.
Bum, 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 bum. Had to get it, didn't we? Oh, dude, you know that just makes me think of it like, you know, I don't know. I see that.
Just a bit outside.
That's all I'm thinking right now. It's just crazy crap. All right, here we go. 3 minutes. All right, I'm going to put this into the chat. Do you think that the Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight will be any good? Onzo, go.
No, I don't. But I think they're trying to hype up the fight because if you looked at YouTube or anything today or yesterday, you've seen that they had a little altercation where Logan Paul took off Mayweather's hat, like just grabbed it off his head, you know. Supposedly he was on Instagram and I believe Twitter maybe saying that he was going to do it, and he did it. Floyd was going all off on him. I'm going to kill you. I mean, they broke it up real quick. It made it look good. I watched a lot of videos where they were saying it was kind of staged. I'm not 100% sure because Floyd did look pretty pissed. Plus, his hair was all fucked up and shit. You know what I mean? He wasn't a clean, bald. Like, at one point when they showed a clip, I was like, who the fuck is that? That's Floyd Mayweather? Like, okay. But it's Jake Paul? My ball. I don't know.
Jake
no,
Paul?
I thought it was Logan Paul.
I'll look it up real quick while we're doing this. I thought it was Logan, but maybe it isn't.
Anyways, either or. You know what I mean?
It's a white dude.
Yeah. But like Danny said, like, why is Floyd even entertaining this fight? For one, it's not going to get him as much. It's not going to be a big money fight. You know what I mean? Like the type of money that he's used to getting, not for this guy. So I guess he wants to defend what's been happening, what he's been doing. I really don't know.
It is Jake Paul, by the way.
It's Jake Paul? Okay. I really don't know. I don't think the fight's going to be any good. I think Floyd Mayweather may try to knock him out, but we already know that's not his type of game. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm just.
He is fighting Logan. Jake pulled his hat and brawled with him. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. Got you. Okay. Even worse. Like these guys are just doing shit to do shit. You know what I mean? They think they're bad. So I kind of want to see him get his ass whooped at the same time. But like if if there's any chance that Floyd loses, it's gonna ruin his whole fucking career. Everything that he accomplished is going to be out the fucking window if he loses to this guy. I don't think he will, because it's Floyd. He's beat better guys than this guy, but I just don't think it's worth it, man. I really don't think it's worth it. But hey, maybe he's running out of money. Who knows? Who knows? I don't think he is. Definitely not, because he's made billions of dollars. But who knows why he's doing it? I'm not sure it's going to be any good.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay, Gaiskar, 3 minutes. Go.
I would not spend 1 cent on this stupidity. Because this is just This is just Mayweather wanted to cash in on just social media, fan base, wanting to see this fight. If I wanted to see a real boxing fight, let him fight freaking Canelo. That would be a fight. Canelo versus him. But we all know how he was fighting after his last couple of professional fights. He spent most of the time running around the freaking ring. Once he got clocked 2 or 3 times in the jaw. He would just jab and move, jab, move, and hold the boxer down. That's the point of his boxing career that he was at that point, right? I still remember to this day that Pacquiao and him fight, that last fight. Pacquiao freaking hurt him, and the rest of the fight, all he did was run. So it's boxing, it's part of boxing. You got to respect that, but it wasn't toe to toe, right? Good old.
You said Ali just now?
No.
Oh,
No,
Pacquiao
Pacquiao.
and Mayweather.
It's all about money. It's all, it was a stage. Most probably that, Jake, was that part with Jake doing that? No, I don't think that was probably staged. But, pushing each other. We've seen this so many times on UFC weigh-ins. They do this just to get, attention and to create hype. Especially that's what's needed today, with our situation with the virus and everything. Wherever they can do it, they'll do it. But as a real boxing fight, come on, really? We all know Mayweather's at a whole different level with his what his skill. Like, don't get me wrong. If Logan connects a few, I think he can hurt him. But there's too much experience behind Mayweather. He's not going to be stupid. Obviously, he'll be going into this fight knowing what he's going to be doing from the very beginning. So it's going to be an easy payout for him, and that's basically why he took it. It's an easy payout. Because if he had to go in with a real boxer right now, I'm not sure he would win. Especially if it's Canelo. No freaking way he would win against Canelo.
Who wouldn't win? Floyd?
Floyd would not win against Canelo.
You saying that because Canelo's Spanish, whatever.
Nope. Canelo is a fucking boxer, man.
I hear that shit in your voice.
No.
All right.
He's a good boxer. Hey, I never rooted for De La Hoya. So
wow, really?
No,
Oscar?
nope.
Man, that Oscar was
Nope.
Oh man, Oscar was.
My boxers were Tyson, Lewis, George Foreman.
Dude, Foreman would scare the shit out of me because, dude, that guy might have. Okay, listen, he used to be pretty fast at one time, but when he was 40 and he won the heavyweight again,
exactly.
Dude, all I explain to people is this guy was a heavyweight boxer, and when his punch goes like this slow, even though you see it, it's still going when you come back. When you think you've missed it, you come back up, it's still there. It's coming at you, and it clocks you. It's like boom. I mean, it was like a bulldozer. That guy just plowed through you at 40. This guy was beating the crap out of the guy, and he sit there and he take punches like nonstop. Oh, dude, that man was scary. Danny, 3 minutes. Go.
I really could care less about this topic. This sucker right here is going to end up messing up his whole career, like Gonzo said, chasing a dollar. I don't think he manages his money good. But what billionaire would get in the ring and put his body through that shit needlessly? So I think it's some kind of hype. And sometimes when you do stuff and try to get a fast buck. Sometimes you get a quick ass whipping. So that guy might get lucky and get the right punch, or he might slow down because Father Time always wins. And just because you think you fast and all this kind of stuff, these young cats, man, all it takes is one good punch. Then his whole career, his whole legacy is going to be questioned. So I do not think that this is a very good idea on his part. The only thing that makes sense to me is that he must be in need of money. Because who would go through this? Because he's expecting a big payday. He usually draws a big payday whenever he has these kind of matches. Because I will admit, I was intrigued with the Conor McGregor and him because Conor McGregor was a loudmouth trash talker. I didn't care for him, and I wanted Floyd to put him in his place. And like he's trying to use that same kind of scenario with this guy. So I hope he don't outsmart himself, because it's going to be crazy to have that one defeat by someone who's not even a professional boxer, not even an amateur boxer, just some bum off the street that knocks him out or gives him his first defeat. That is not going to look good on his resume or his legacy. So I'm in total agreement with Gaiskar. I will not pay 1 red cent because I have someone that can bypass that system, even if I am curious to watch it. But I know I'm not paying it. Yeah, good luck to you, bro. I wouldn't do it, but if that floats your boat.
Well, you definitely know I'm gonna watch it. I ain't gonna pay for it, but I'm definitely gonna watch it.
I didn't call nobody name, bro. I'm just saying.
It's okay. It's okay. I know it's me, and it's all good. I don't hide it.
When's this going down?
I don't know yet.
I think it's tomorrow.
No, tomorrow's Canelo.
Oh,
okay, that's it. Yeah.
Hold
on.
6 to 8 weeks, man. I guarantee it's
probably
like.
Is Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather?
And I'm gonna answer this. Just say one time.
Yeah.
When?
June 6th.
June 6th.
It's not even a real fight. It doesn't go against the record. It doesn't matter if it goes against his record or not.
I agree with you.
If he loses, it's still gonna affect his career, bro. It's still gonna affect everything he has done if he loses to this bum.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Let's see here. 3 minutes for myself, and we'll go right now. Listen, you might be right. Pacquiao might have clocked him a couple good times. Mayweather's always done that. He'll come in, he'll fight, he'll run. Come in and fight. This man's a boxer. He if he can't wear you out, he'll do everything he can wearing you out, and he conditions himself for the whole fight, not the first 2 rounds. Some people do that. Logan Paul is not a boxer. He might know how to box, but he is not a boxer. He's going to come out, he's going to swing. And I have said this for a few months since I heard this was happening. It would do nothing but give me the greatest pleasure to see Logan Paul get his fucking white ass laid out on the mat. Because that's what he deserves going into the ring with a boxer. Now, Anzo, I believe, is the one that pointed this out last time we had a conversation about this. In fact, I think it was when we were all watching the last one live with Tyson and
Lewis Lennox.
No.
Roy Jones.
Yeah, Roy Jones. It's a charity hype event type thing. So they're not really going to put that much effort into it. But there is a very large portion of me that believes that's not how Mayweather is. Floyd Money Mayweather. Listen, this guy probably does go through money a lot. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there is still a councilman that was ousted in our city because he was behind a $4.2 million scheme to bring Floyd Mayweather here to talk to inner city kids, and Floyd never showed up, and the money went and disappeared. So he probably goes through money pretty damn quick. But this guy's a boxer, and yes, age is going to catch up eventually. I just don't see it being Logan Paul. Now, if Logan does it, whatever, I guess. I just don't see this. I mean, the only thing I would say that's stupid for Floyd taking this is that this is not sanctioned judges. These are probably judges who've been out of the loop for a minute. And if Logan Paul lands some pretty good haymakers or something that look flashy and pretty, if it goes down to the decision, yeah, you're fucked. Why do this? I mean, all I can see is that Floyd's going to have to go in there and literally clock him and say, you want to box? Let's box. And that's the only thing I can see he can do. And if that's the case, if that's what it is, Logan Paul ain't going to stand much of a chance, I don't think. But does the sun shine on a dog's ass every now and again? Yes. So any given Sunday, is that the term? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. 3 minutes. Let's talk about this. I think we're all in agreement. Who gives a fuck?
Any given Sunday falls on football. Boxers are a whole different beast.
Well, that's true.
But
you know what? I'll tell you what I see. I'll tell you. Mayweather is like Crocodile Dundee.
Got a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
That's what Mayweather is like. He ain't a boxer. I'm a boxer. That's what it's going to be. And Logan Paul gets one good clock in. Trust me, it's going to be on.
I agree.
But
can you imagine though?
He out of money.
He might be, but he'll keep doing stupid shit like this. Listen, there's a reason why the guy is undefeated. He's 50 years old and he's like 51-0. Or 50, he's like 51 and 0. I mean, he's 51, like he has the same amount of wins as his age. That's unheard of. And it's unheard of that the reason why he's 51-0. I remember when he went against Pacquiao, I was like, man, I think Pacquiao's got him this time. Nope. I won't bet against Mayweather until there's a reason to bet against him.
I ain't saying I ain't gonna bet against him, but I think that he has taken care of his money. Because every time you see him, he's flashing stuff, all these Mazaks and all these high price cars and stuff. And I saw an interview with Dwayne Wade, and he said he did the same thing when he first got in the NBA. Somebody told him, man, why are you doing all that kind of stuff? And he immediately liquidated his car collection. That's my check. Floyd Mayweather had like a gazillion cars, several homes and stuff. You don't need all that stuff. And whether you need it or not, you making all this money that's coming in, it's going out in taxes, wear and tear, and upkeep stuff. I don't think he's a good manager of his money. I could be told wrong just from the outside, and that like
his net worth claimed is $1.2 billion.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's got liquid assets. If he is out of money, my thought is he's selling shit left and right. And I've never heard of him selling rings, belts, anything.
Would be out of money?
Mike Tyson never made as much money.
Yes, honestly, yes, because he had legal troubles. He had apps.
I agree, he never made as much money, but he made enough money in his time to live comfortably. But he had nobody.
But he squandered it in ways that couldn't be sold. It was never invested into things that could be liquefied. 2, he lived a questionable lifestyle, and I'm not saying Floyd doesn't, but he does it in that clean boy image, and he went to prison. Let's not forget that.
And
he
3?
Lost.
Oh, sorry. And 4, Don King robbed him.
Yeah, big time.
No, yeah. I mean, so
a lot of it was because of
Don King.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's take this down. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I try to fathom why Mayweather still does this stuff, and I can't put it to it, except for the fact that he just wants to set.
He did it. Chris,
What?
if you're 51 years old, undefeated, and a billionaire, what would draw you back into the ring?
Because he has the love for the
Pride.
thing.
Pride,
yes,
ego. I am the best.
The billion is him claiming after his payout for this fight that he'll be over the 1.2 billion.
Yeah, I mean, and then he went against McGregor as an actual fight. That counted. I forgot about that one.
And that fight was his production company, and he made like $1 billion off of that.
Yeah, I
fight.
mean,
So let me get this in perspective. Basically, him going back in the ring at 51 is like him going to work, but he's right now at home. He's collecting his stimulus.
I will put it this way. There's a reason why football players can't get away from the game. There's a reason why you go to broadcasting. There's a reason why a baseball player goes to coaching. It's because you can't get away from it. That's what you are.
Nobody's disputing that he should be a boxing commentator. I'm with him, but not get back.
But if you got a chance, in a 3-round, because it's like what, 3 rounds, 8 rounds, something stupid small, like 5. I don't know. I can look it up. I'm not worried about it. It's an exhibition fight. It's short. It's sweet. I think the time is 2 minutes instead of 3 minutes. I mean, this is stacked in his favor. And then there's the story behind, was it Jake Paul that knocked what's his name's ass out? There is a story that this is Mayweather saying, fine, I may not get Jake, but I'm going to take one of the Pauls out.
Yeah, because
I realized that Chris could sell bullshit to an ice cream shop.
No, he's right.
What are you talking about?
Because Floyd Mayweather was the one who trained Nate.
And the day after that happened, he said, listen, he didn't have to do that. And that's why I say that even though you say it's an exhibition, he might come out and says, I'll show you what I can do. And I know people say Mayweather was never a knockout guy. But again, boxer, not boxer. When you come up against a real boxer, like for instance, if you put Tyson against Logan Paul, trust me, that first hit is not going to be fun.
I'm not doubting what y'all saying, but they could do all that in sparring matches and film it and upload it.
A sparring match is nothing like a boxing match.
This isn't just about the payout. This isn't just about the payout. This is also about the fact, like I said, there are normally charity events behind this. They're selling merchandising off of this for charity. They're doing lots of other stuff. And this is about publicity. There's a bunch of people's hands in this. They get a lot out of it.
And Roy Jones fought in the exhibition.
This is what I want you to do, Anzo, Chris, and Gaiskar. If I win at the lottery for $1 billion, and I'm saying I'm taking my ass back to work, ask for me to send a plane ticket so y'all can come here and personally whip my ass and say, what the fuck are you smoking, Danny? That's what I want you to do. That is the equivalent of what his dumb ass is doing.
Okay, so
Roy, in that ring,
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Roy Jones did it. He wasn't broke.
Roy Jones ain't got nothing to lose about being undefeated. That is a part of history. If he start right now, he is good at cemented. Nobody can take.
I will say this about that.
He get into that ring trying to do this fluky shit and get knocked the fuck out. He gonna look like a fool.
Yeah,
I will say this about that. If that does happen, it'll be an asterisk. If that, because nobody who's into real boxing is ever going to take it as some person who doesn't know anything about boxing is going to come out and say, oh man, he lost that one fight against Logan Paul, and they're all going to say, ain't happening.
If he get knocked out, I'm gonna commit to at least 10 streams on fucking with him, saying this dumbass got back into the ring at age 51. Yes,
Danny,
sir.
I'm only 5 hours from you. I'd come up there and kick your fucking ass.
I would pay you to come do it too.
But he'll pay you, but he'll still go to work.
I ain't going to work. I guarantee you. Let me win anything over $5 million, man. Y'all will never see me in a police uniform ever again.
Yeah, I get that, Danny, but you gotta understand, these guys are like, you know what I mean? They don't know when to give it up. They just don't. Some of them play until their fucking shit falls off, man. They don't know, and that's him. He doesn't know when to stop. So he's now seeing this guy running his mouth because this guy's been calling him out for a minute. You know what I mean? It's not like he's just been putting it together. Logan Paul was calling him out for a minute.
Alonzo, and I don't have a problem with what you're saying, but all I'm gonna say to that is that he don't have a really true blue friend in his corner. Because if it was you, Anzo, I'd be like, look, man, hey, dog, you were the king, you were the best, but man, it's time to sit down. And somebody ain't telling him that.
All right, one last thing to talk about because I know you guys got to get over to Storms over to Anzo's channel. Let's just put this way. I'm going to go up and find the comment where where is it? Right here. Dandelion Flush said it's probably fixed. I'm gonna put something to you. Goes the hold on, let me check this out. Let me see how long.
So while you're doing that, this is his record. Total 50 fights, 50 wins, 27 by KO.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine
So
he
maybe-
freaking loses?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh my gosh.
Where oh, Jesus, come on. How many? 6 rounds. Wait, is it 6 rounds? Maybe like 6 rounds. I don't know. I think it's like something like 6 rounds and 2 minutes each round, something stupid like that. Okay, let's go to the end of the fight. It goes all 6 rounds. Boom, boom. Do you think these judges are ever going to send a message to Floyd and call it in Logan Paul's?
No.
Absolutely not.
I don't think if it goes the full time that anybody who has ever been a boxing judge, because these are all former boxing judges, maybe some of them are actually still part of a commission, but I don't believe for 1 second that any true boxing judge is ever going to give a fight to Logan Paul over Floyd Mayweather, probably because they would never be taken seriously again. Now, unless it was so absolutely no questions asked, Floyd Mayweather got his ass handed to him, and I don't see that happening.
Me neither.
And I cannot believe we've been talking about this for almost 30 fucking minutes. Holy fucking shit.
Hey, again, this was a fire question, man. Like the two
Yeah,
last questions.
I wonder who came up with that question.
I don't know, man, but those last 2 questions were like, boom, look, got us chatting for like half an hour on the last one.
Thank
That's
y'all,
what I'm
man. I
talking about.
appreciate it, man. I put a lot of work into them questions, man. Thanks.
No problem, Danny.
Danny, great job, Danny.
Yeah.
I will say, Danny, it is because of what you've gone to the 6 question thing that I thought pulling, having multiple topics and then questions in those topics. I like that. I like the format. I don't know what you guys think of it so far. Kind of throw some mix into it. But hopefully you guys out there like it. I appreciate everybody who's here tonight. I think we got close to 50 views, which is, for just being on this channel, doing pretty good. That's like 3/4 of the subs, or a third of the subs. I'm sorry, which any other channel in the world would be really happy about.
I would have.
Hey, dude, I'll tell you what, you did a really good job the other day on your first live stream. I did jump out because you were doing spoilers and I want to see that movie.
Oh, that's fine.
But I made sure I tweeted you out because I really am happy you did that. I can't wait for the next one. It's all about community, guys. If you're a streamer out there, by all means, if you got a topic you want us to tackle or something, let us know. You can tweet me out. You can tweet Anzo, Gaiskar, Danny, any of us. I think all of our DMs are open.
Yep,
absolutely.
I believe it's info@chaoscentral.com is Chaos Central's email, and Chaos Central has a Twitter. You can also DM there. That's @CentralChaos. We're on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, guys. Check that bottom right down there. If you see a big red square or rectangle that says subscribe and it's still red, click it. Click it now.
I'm at 79. I want to, mount up this ladder. So any little subscription helps. So
let's go around right now this way. And Anzo, you go first. Tell everybody about yourself one last time.
Yes, guys, the channel, once again, Biggaford Entertainment. All I'll say is make sure to check it out later on, Rob Storm's channel. My channel, Storm's Live on my channel. Should be fun. So, Chris, great questions today, man. Fire questions.
Because of you guys. It's because of you guys. All right, Gaiskar, tell everybody about yourself.
Yeah, Gaiskar from the Basco Scenario. Please subscribe. I'm at 79 right now. I want to climb up that ladder. Like Anzo said, and Chris, I'm part of the Chaos crew. Mondays, 9 p.m. Chaotic Conversations. Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Chaos List. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Rule of 3. Then on Biggaford Entertainment at 10 p.m. for the OC. Then we'll be splitting the Game Changer on all our channels of the host. That means Roberto, Anzo's, Robert Storms, and my channel. So please check that out. It's a great, different type of show. So definitely tune into that. And yeah, man, much appreciated, Chris. Fire. Very good.
All right. And last but not least, Mr. Danny Graham of Comic Chat. Tell everybody about yourself and your channel.
Short and sweet because I got to jump on Anzo's channel, but I'm about to hurt this right here.
Remember, it was his daughter stopping for dinner.
Thank you. My daughter paid for it. I'm about to
okay.
The French fries look good, but I don't know what that batter shit was. That's fuck that.
Alfredo and fried.
Gaiskar, calm your boy. Calm your boy, man. Calm him.
Go ahead, Danny. Danny, enjoy it, man. Enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I'm doing on afternoons. It's called Comic Chat's Neighborhood. Man, y'all check that out. Usually I'm sitting on my patio, and whatever goes on in the chat, man, I just kind of speak on it, man. Last 2 days, I had a lot of people jump in there. I appreciate the support. But man, thanks. This show is always fire. Glad to be a part of it.
All right, I am Chris Knight. The Real Review 3000 is my channel. Right here's my Twitter. Again, lots of other things. Do Unmasking the Masked Singer. Got the Weekly Rumble. Had to work this week, so I had to move it to next week. Again, move. Gaming streams, all sorts of stuff. Top 10s, blah, 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 blah. Guys, thank you very much for being here tonight. And we're out.
Peace.